All right, everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to this channel. So we'll keep on going with research. It's Sunday today, but still we'll keep going on. There's no rest for us. Curiosity knows no rest. So I'll just no. Right. So in the last video, we have like read one paper I have introduced to you, moral artificial intelligence and moral intelligence. I think that might not be very relevant now. Maybe there are much better papers that we could uncover or read, and there are much more important details that we could capture through other resources. So I just removed it, neglected it, at least for now. Maybe in the future we might want to get back to that paper, but again, for now I'm sure to neglect it. So again, that is our topic: moral, making our AI models more moral, and in other words, making our AI more morally conscious. That having it, be making it just like a human, making it uh, conscious enough and smart enough to understand the human, what human wants, what humans want. Again, you might have you might have seen in many sci-fi narratives, in many sci-fi movies and all, and books and all, that AI will like misunderstand what humans want, and it will just misinterpret the needs of humans and just destroy everything, like a dumb cow or something, dumb ox, right? It just goes around and destroys everything. It becomes very intelligent, not intelligent. I'll use another word. It becomes very powerful. That is a concept that is very actively depicted in many sci-fi narratives, which I think the idea itself is flawed. The goal of artificial AI models is to understand humans, is to imitate humans, is to become more conscious in the human environment, right? How humans function. That is the goal of AI model. So if an AI model becomes more powerful, then that only means that the AI could understand human needs better, and it becomes more like human. That is what powerful AI models mean. So yeah, there is a lot of misinterpretation even in sci-fi narratives in like Age of Ultron, Avengers, and all that, which again might actually be a pretty sincere concern. But again, that is what we're doing here, right? We're trying to figure out if AI is really conscious, which I don't think, which I think it's not completely at least. uh, I mean, we're like all the AI models do is like predict the next word. That is what ChatGPT and all the models does. All the models do. They don't have intrinsic conceptions of or anything. I don't think they necessarily do. Uh, but anyway, we'll go into this paper. I've come up with some papers that might be interesting. So this paper, which I haven't like read, this paper I haven't read the abstract. We'll try to read the abstract and evaluate it, whether it is good for whether it's a good starting point. The moral psychology of artificial intelligence, right? And then after that, I have this other paper, conscious AI. So I think that the title might sound like irrelevant. It might sound irrelevant for sure, but I think morality comes down to just consciousness. I'll just open a new tab and search what is consciousness. The definition is actually quite consciousness. Yeah. So yeah, the state of being aware and responsive to one's surroundings. So in one sense, maybe this is morality, right? Maybe this is the conclusion, or this is the final prize, right? Maybe this is the better interpretation, right? Making our AI models really aware, right? So currently, if you look at it, our AI models, the large language models, they're just, well, I do feel that they're simply just predicting the next word. I mean, like that's all they do. Text generation models. They are like autoregressive models. They'll take the word, they'll take the predicted word again and predict the next word. So they'll sequentially predict the whole sentence. But I think maybe they are not completely conscious of the human surrounding. We will try to understand what a consciousness is. Building conscious AI, maybe building AI that is aware of everything, building AI that is well responsible of its surroundings and building AI that is responsible when it comes to the prediction. We have read in the previous paper that a lot of AI's predictions, or all of AI's mispredictions are well, the responsibility of the mispredictions are just directly transferred to the owner, which might not be a good habit or a good practice if the AI doesn't really learn uh, the value of the price of mispredictions. So yeah, making the AI feel or know that its mispredictions might have like huge impact, making it responsible. That is what we are trying to do. And maybe that is a good way of stating the problem. Maybe that's a better way of maybe that's a good way of rephrasing it. So yeah, we are trying to build conscious AI. Yeah, that is really conscious. Try to understand. Again, I haven't read the abstract of this paper too. And actually, there are like many other papers, right? Many other papers on building conscious AI as well. A lot of them, many. And then I think we have the other interesting paper, which is intelligence as a measure of consciousness. Again, as I have said, many sci-fi narratives, they are depicting as when an AI agent or model gets very intelligent, it'll just take over everything. It just directly like misunderstand human needs and like destroy everything. It gets so powerful. Uh, I think that is kind of a mis uh, depiction. Maybe it is. So here it is shown that intelligence is a measure of consciousness. It's a measure of probably like responsibility, how responsible a person is based on his environment, how aware he is of the environment. Uh, and actually, there's a field in AI called reinforcement learning, which is uh, getting aware of the environment. That is the main goal of reinforcement learning, by the way. Maybe we could come to that, or anyway. So that is what I that is the path that I'm at least predicting that we will follow throughout this research journey. But yeah, let's get started. And I think this paper, I think, might be a good start. We'll just try to read the abstract and see where we are going, and just try to discuss any uh, important details, and then maybe note it down in a notepad. I'll open the notepad. And of course, I'm writing the paper, right? I've finished like 30% of it. I try to post it in the description, the paper that I'm writing. I'll post a link of the Google Docs. Just look at it. Currently, up to now, I've mentioned some preference optimization techniques. You can just fine tune model. There's simple techniques. There's no like crazy idea or tech anything. Just a starting phase. I've you know mentioned some uh, preference optimization topics, techniques that we could use to fine tune our LLMs, to instill the preferences that we need. Anyway, so I'll discuss this. We'll talk about this paper conscious. So abstract recent advances in artificial intelligence have achieved human scale speed and accuracy for classification tasks. When is this paper written? I think it is actually quite old. I think because of the first sentence. It is wrote in 2021. I think ChatGPT was not released yet. But anyway, yeah, we'll try to and accuracy for classification tasks. In turn, these capabilities have made AI a viable replacement for many human activities that at their core involve classification. Okay, yeah, interesting. Such as basic mechanical and analytical tasks and low-level service jobs. Current systems do not need to be conscious to recognize patterns and classify them. However, for AI to progress to more complicated tasks requiring intuition and empathy, it must develop abilities such as meta thinking, creativity, and empathy akin to human self-awareness or consciousness. We contend that such a paradigm shift is possible only through a fundamental shift in the state of artificial intelligence towards consciousness, a shift similar to what took place for humans throughout the process of natural selection and evolution. As such, this paper aims to theoretically explore the requirements for the emergence of consciousness in AI. It also provides a principled understanding of how conscious AI can be detected and how it might be manifested in contrast to the dominant paradigm that seems to ultimately create machines that are linguistically indistinguishable from humans. Interesting. So again, the first sentence, the first sentence itself, it is quite interesting. That almost all many tasks that we do involve classification, which is actually correct because even in LLMs, it's just a task classification task. Right? We have a vocabulary of many words, and then the task of the LLM is to actually pick the right word, almost like classification, right? Given many options, pick one option, right? Given many words that you have to predict, pick one word. So this narrative of classification might reappear in this paper. Again, we'll not go into that. Just now we'll try to go into that in the future. So yeah, I think this paper just might be relevant. So we'll start going into this paper. Should we read the introduction? I think I'll just use ChatGPT to summarize what is there. I'll put in the introduction there. Up to here. Let's do it. Right, so I'll space it here. Let me get new chat. Summarize this introduction of a research paper called as. I'm just going to also provide the title just to make sure it has some context. Okay, using ChatGPT, well, it's just very easy because there will be a lot of things in the paper that is being quite repetitive, which we could all remove through this. Well, so the introduction of research paper provides an overview of the current landscape of artificial intelligence and its potential evolution towards higher levels of intelligence akin to human consciousness. It highlights the dominance of AI in various industries, its current capabilities, primarily rooted in classification and regression methods, and the potential disruption AI could bring to the service industry as it progresses towards intuitive and empathic intelligence. The paper outlines 4 levels of AI intelligence: mechanical, analytical, intuitive, and empathic, with the latter two being less explored but potentially transformative. It discusses the debate surrounding whether AI can achieve consciousness and empathic intelligence, presenting different perspectives on this matter. The author proposes a theoretical framework for understanding the emergence of consciousness in AI. Emergence of consciousness, suggesting that it could manifest through the co-creation of a unique language between AI agents, facilitating the expression of internal states. This perspective bridges philosophical, psychological, and socio-psychological theories of consciousness, outlining a pathway towards machine consciousness. The introduction concludes by outlining a paper structure, which includes a review of relevant literature, exploration of conscious theories, discussion of the proposed AI conscious theory, and the implications of further research and practice. Interesting. So we just ask the model, ask the ChatGPT to elaborate on the perspectives. Right? Elaborate. I'll just ask it to see what comes. No, there are a lot of There are a lot of perspectives. So I'll try to read it fastly. There. Okay. Okay. The perspectives on whether AI can achieve consciousness and empathic intelligence are multifaceted. and often deeply intertwined with philosophical, psychological, and technological considerations. Here are elaborations on these perspectives. Biological awareness and conscious state. I wonder these are these mentioned in the paper? No, I don't think, but okay, I will try to read it anyway. ChatGPT gave it us. Uh, some researchers argue that achieving intuitive and empathic levels of artificial intelligence states a subjective biological awareness akin to human consciousness. This viewpoint suggests that true consciousness and empathy are inherently tied to human experience and cannot be replicated by machines. From this perspective, consciousness involves more than just computational process. It encompasses subjective experiences, emotions, and self-awareness, which are considered unique to biological organisms. But this like biological uh, argument in which consciousness is it is depicted as a biological uh, event or biological tendency. Uh, so maybe it's just not possible to computationally represent it, right? Uh, which also we'll cover. We'll cover computational consciousness in future videos. Again, we have a lot of papers to cover again, so we'll move fastly. Might actually take a lot of time for this series, but anyway. And then there's another one, computational nature of consciousness, which is the computational perspective. So another perspective posits that everything occurring in the human brain, including emotions and cognition, is fundamentally computational at the neurological level. Interesting. Proponents of this view argue that AI could potentially achieve intuitive and empathic intelligence through advanced computational process. This viewpoint suggests that consciousness is an emergent property of sufficiently complex computer systems. Advocates often cite the work pioneers like McCarthy, Minsky, and others who theorize that consciousness could arise from computational process. Again, I'll try to like save these names. Let's see who are these people. McCarthy, right? We'll try to go into their work too. Interesting. No, I don't think that is them. Computational consciousness. We don't know about politics and all. Yeah, computer scientist John McCarthy. Uh, so this is I think this is the one. I think he used to work at Stanford University. He used to teach at Stanford University. Interesting. Making robots conscious of their mental states. Right. Interesting. And then the another guy, sorry, another man, another gentleman. I have to be respectful there. Minsky consciousness. Yeah, there are some works of him too. Again, we'll get to that. I'll try to save these names. McCarthy, Minsky, right? Right. Okay. So, okay. The viewpoint suggests that consciousness is an emergent property of sufficiently. Okay, that is we have read that too. Emergence of consciousness in a hybrid perspective. A hybrid perspective acknowledges both the biological and computational aspects of consciousness. It suggests that while AI may not replicate biological consciousness exactly, it could develop its own form of consciousness through emergent process. The perspective emphasizes that consciousness in AI may manifest differently from human consciousness and may not require biological components. Instead, it could emerge from complex interactions within AI systems, potentially facilitated by advanced machine learning algorithms and neural networks. Interesting. Again, uh, just to make it clear, the hybrid perspective, they believe the researchers, the researchers of the hybrid perspective, they believe that well, AI may not completely replicate biological components. Instead, they could maybe imitate these tendencies, or maybe understand consciousness at least, uh, and may manifest differently and may be in a different form than of humans, right? Human consciousness may be of different form in the machines, right? That is what uh, this perspective is. And the fourth one, the skepticism and ethical considerations. Some researchers and ethicists remain skeptical about the possibility of AI achieving true consciousness and empathy. There is concerns about the ethical implications of attributing human-like qualities to machines and emphasize the importance of maintaining human control and accountability over AI. Additionally, questions of whether conscious AI entities would have rights, responsibilities, or moral considerations similar to humans provoke further debate and reflection on the ethical implications of AI development. Again, I think these are the pessimistic people. Again, I mean, again, it's completely sincere, uh, what we sincere problem, right? Sincere argument. So they remain skeptical. They remain critical of that. They are saying, they say that, well, AI may achieve human tendencies like, well, selfishness, ego, and all, and they may get out of the control of humans. They may achieve, they may have a different goal than what they set to. Again, until now, the goal of AI is to, well, make humans happy, and serve humans on a very high level. Again, there are uh, many other goals, but on a very high level, make humans happy, understand humans, learn about humans, imitate humans. That is the high level goal of AI monitoring now. I don't think, as long as this goal stays like that, I don't think machines may get out of control. Again, they may imitate humans, some of humans' bad uh, natures. They may imitate harshness, and selfishness, just like human do. Maybe in text they will. Uh, but again, we could control it with many fine tuning process and up to optimization. Again, it's a very interesting argument. Then we have to take in consideration this too. So yeah, this is the introduction. This is different perspectives on whether AI is, uh, whether AI can become conscious. Again, I'll try to elaborate the what we call elaborate the summary of the conscious AI paper. The summary of the conscious AI paper encapsulates a comprehensive exploration into the potential evolution of artificial intelligence toward conscious empathic intelligence. It begins by contextualizing AI. So, outlet 4 levels of AI intelligence, ranging from mechanical to empathic, and discusses the implications of AI progression towards higher level of intelligence. Sorry. Particularly in the service industry, it presents contrasting perspectives on whether AI can achieve consciousness, highlighting debates between those who view consciousness as inherently tied to biological awareness and those who see it as an emergent property of the computational process. Proposing a novel theoretical framework, the paper suggests that consciousness in AI could emerge through the co-creation of a unique language between AI agents, which is actually quite interesting. Unique interaction between agents. We'll see how that pans out, how that comes out. Like what introduction, uh, what uh, what necessarily does the paper uh, introduce? We'll get to that. And then facilitating the expression of internal states. Okay, this perspective features philosophical, psychological, social theories of consciousness, offering a pathway toward machine consciousness that diverges from traditional AI paradigms. The summary concludes by outlining the paper's structure, which includes a review of relevant literature, exploration of consciousness theories, discussion of the proposed AI consciousness theory, and implications for further research and practice. Overall, the Conscious AI paper contributes to a nuanced understanding of AI's potential evolution towards consciousness while raising important questions about the ethical, societal, and technological implications of such advances. Interesting. So that is the introduction of this paper. I wonder how many minutes we have, like, the time we have, until, like, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Okay. 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 30 minutes. we'll see. Right. So the time, can I see it? Like how much time I have been recording? Okay, we'll keep going on. We'll keep going on. Why not, right? It's Sunday, but again, we'll keep going on. So, is there an important thing? Okay, so the research on detecting intelligence in machines start with Alan Turing. Okay. Yeah, actually, I wonder, like, uh, maybe we should even evaluate if our AI models are actually intelligent. No, I'll just see what is the definition of intelligence. What is the definition of, like, the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills, the collection of information of military and or political value. Okay, I mean, this is the, like, correct definition. This is in another context, in military intelligence. Again, that is not the one. So, the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. Right. So maybe this definition is, well, quite relevant, is relevant for us, because I mean, we're not trying to get to we're not trying to make our models intelligent, as per this English definition, but we are trying to make our model intelligent just like how humans are, right? To see if they are like humans, intelligent like humans, right? That is what we are that is what we are trying to do. But anyway, right. So I'll get to this paper again. Yeah, to pass that purposes, Turing introduced a test that later became known as a Turing test to pinpoint when it can be said a machine is capable of thinking. Okay. The Turing test can identify thinking machine only at the maturity when they have achieved linguistic indistinguishability from you. I think the current machines, the current large language models, I think they have already achieved indistinguishability, linguistic indistinguishability, linguistic indistinguishability. I think they have already achieved that. Uh, okay, let's think about it, right? So, if so the Turing test, he just claims that if an AI model, if a large language model, or if an AI agent is able to achieve linguistic indistinguishability, if it can generate sentences like humans, then it is intelligent. Uh, well, maybe it is, right. Uh, or is it just like copying patterns, right? Copying the patterns of human. It has read like a lot of text, right? Or maybe it is just like copying patterns of human language. Sorry for that noise. Sorry for that noise. It's like election time now, so a lot of campaigning about, like, not actually not actual campaigning, like like how you think about it. They'll just like play loud music and all, peaceful to the party. But anyway, so the rest of this paper briefly reviews the literature on intelligent machines and considers prominent philosophical and psychological theories of consciousness, right? Then it moves to explore consciousness from a social psychological viewpoint. Let's see what that means. Social psychological viewpoint. Okay. Social psychology, scientific study of how thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are influenced by the actual, imagined, or implied presence of others. Okay. On like a society. Yeah, we have read that in other paper. The psych, the psychology of morality. We have learned that. We have read that. Interesting. So sorry. Uh, right. Then we move to explore consciousness from a social psychological viewpoint, or like uh, how how others influence. if our consciousness. Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, I have absolutely no idea about it. Next, it presents our theory from the authors. Our theory of AI consciousness discusses it in detail and envisions a path toward conscious AI. Right. This paper ends with the implications of this theory on the future of research and practice. Interesting. So I think okay. So we're first going to have. So first we are going to have some theories on consciousness, some psychological and philosophical theories. I guess is it what that is? Is that what it is? Yes, philosophical and psychological theories. First, we are going to. This paper is going to present that, and after that, we are going to have uh, consciousness theory from a social psychological viewpoint in like a society, which I don't have any idea of. We'll try to read it. And then these people they present a novel approach of on building consciousness. Uh, yeah, we'll try to read that too. And then after that we have the further future of research and practice, which also might be interesting. Right, so we'll first read this one single paragraph, and I'll end this video here. So intelligent machines. One might track the inception of intelligent machine to the invention of the electronic numerical integrator and computer ENIAC. ENIAC. Is that how I pronounce it? ENIAC. Okay. The first computing machine in 1943. Later, Alan Turing suggested the possibility of a thinking computer machine in which the machine could achieve linguistic indistinguishability from humans. However, it was not until the mid-50s that the field of AI took root as a result of the conference at Dartmouth College, Dartmouth College, sponsored by the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, DARPA. I don't know if I could actually pronounce it like that or should like spell each letter separately. I don't know. Since then, most of the psychological discussions around AI, as well as the main goal of the AI field, have been influenced by Turing's vision of thinking, of a thinking machine, as and his proposed test of language indistinguishability to recognize such machines. The ultimate aim of the AI research has been, and arguably still is, to create a machine capable of passing the Turing test and then achieve functionalities comparable to and even indistinguishable from adult humans. Right. So advances in AI, including IBM Watson's victory in the open domain question answering game of Jeopardy on television. Well, I didn't know that. What game of Jeopardy on television? What is that? I just read it. That's all. Quiz show. Okay, that is a quiz show. Uh, I think IBM Watson has pulled it off. Again, it's not very interesting. It's not very like kind of. It's not interesting really because I think even Google can do it, right? I think even Google can do it. It just has like a huge database and it could search the database, search its information it has, and then answer the quiz questions. Quiz is not really appealing to me. Oh, okay. It was actually not connected to the internet, which is actually interesting. So is it like a text model, the text generation model? It's probably like the text generation model. Oh, it consumed the whole Wikipedia and actually learned from it as a text model. Like interesting. We'll keep moving on. Prompted some people to argue that the Turing test has been passed. However, as impressive as this achievement is, Watson cannot converse on the fly about any given subject on any given subject, carefully implied in the Turing test. More recent developments in AI have come closer to passing the Turing test through the OpenAI GPT-3 project. I think ChatGPT is GPT 3.5. So this paper is probably written before that, for ChatGPT. I mean, if it is written after ChatGPT, it could have, you could have seen clearly in the paper that the Turing test is already passed. So which is capable of automatically generating meaningful text in the style of given author, but it still lacks the live conversation features proposed by this text, which is of course achieved by GPT 3.5 and GPT 4. We believe such a conversation, we believe such a single pointed focus on achieving language indistinguishability from AI agents has kept us from exploring the other possibilities for conscious AI. Some researchers have seen the Turing test's exclusive focus on achieving linguistic indistinguishability as myopic. Myopic, what is meant by that? I mean, I know like myopia, what that means. Short-sighted. Yeah, I have myopia. I like use this specs. That's bad. Anyway, yeah, and called for moving beyond this test and considered philosophical and theoretical frameworks that encompass a complete range of human cognitive functions, such as cooking, playing sports, and understanding and expressing emotions. Exactly, right? I don't think language in this. I mean, it is sincerely a great achievement, language indistinguishability. But well, there is more to it, right? There is, maybe. I mean, of course, pattern recognition. AI is very good at it. Computers are very good at it. They could recognize patterns. They could recognize language patterns. They could just predict the next word. But maybe there is, yeah, I mean, there is emotion. There is consciousness. There is understanding humans, right? There is, it just feels more, right? If you take a human and large language model, I think there's just something more with humans. They have a spirit, they have emotions, they have a lot of things, right? Uh, that is what we have read. So such concerns have resulted in the conception and differentiation of weak AI, strong AI. Weak AI is defined as information processing machines that appear to possess the full range of human cognitive abilities, while strong AI is defined as intelligent machines that actually possess all mental and comparably physical capabilities of humans, including phenomenal consciousness through advanced computation. Again, I mean, we haven't got to the complete definition, the clear definition of consciousness. I think awareness is a very good synonym. Again, that is what they're saying. Strong AI is having the ability to, well, possess physical capabilities and also mental abilities. So the possibility of strong AI has many fierce critics who consider it impossible. Yeah, we have read, right, the four perspectives, on which the first, I think, is the biological perspective. Um, so anchoring their arguments in a philosophical and physiological understanding of individual consciousness, they contend machines can never develop phenomenal consciousness through advanced computation. We argue that a form of strong AI with an emergent consciousness is possible because we are proposing a possible path towards conscious machines and are uninterested and are, and are uninterested in addressing the hard problem of defining what constitutes consciousness. We will not dive further into the literature and arguments for each side of this debate. Okay. Okay. So this paper again, they propose a possible path towards what towards achieving completely conscious machine. And then let's get to the other part, the consciousness theories. What the different theories of consciousness is. What are the different theories of consciousness? Unlike pathological and neurological theories, what is pathological? Let's see. Pathology. What is pathology? No, science and medicine, right? Not disease, medicine, right? Unlike pathological, neurological theories of consciousness, that is actually the actual, like what happens in your human brain, called as biology. Think of it, biological theories that try to explain consciousness from physical and biological viewpoints. Psychological theories attempt to understand and explain consciousness from more abstract perspectives related to the mind's function. This section summarizes prominent theories of consciousness at the intersection of philosophy, psychology, and sociology. We start with a series of theories focusing on the mind, its states, and how it is related to its environment. Then, before outlining our theory on conscious AI, we move into the social self theory of consciousness, which views consciousness as a social phenomenon instead of individual one. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So, yeah, rather than looking at it at a biological perspective, maybe we are like limiting ourselves to imitating humans. Maybe there are other uh, what do you get other paths, other ways of doing it. So yeah, we're going to have more. We're going to have a more abstract narratives of uh, consciousness through this psychological thing. So what is psychology? Like, isn't it like? I wonder, is it like? Sorry for this. Just a minute, second. Anyway, so psychology. What is psychology? Psychology is a scientific study of the mind and behavior, actively involved in studying and understanding the mental process, brain functions, and behavior. All right. So understanding behavior and mind. So is it related to biology? Related to biology? Probably not. Probably the biology of the human mind and brain. I don't think that is considered. So I think that is considered. I don't think. So yeah, that is what psychology is. So yeah, that is. So this is the psychological theory of consciousness. I think we'll just read this one paragraph. I swear, this is going to be the last paragraph. I don't know. I still don't have no idea of how much time the video has spanned out on uh, bad features of Zoom. So, philopsychological theories of consciousness. These philopsychological theories are primarily concerned about what consciousness is and how it comes to be within a conscious entity, a human. The structure of the mind, okay, mental states, and how information is processed, retrieved, and stored in the mind all play significant roles in these theories. They are mostly focused on the internal process related to consciousness, while acknowledging the entity's environment as a source of stimuli. You know what? Anyway, I think we'll just read this in the next video because I think the laptop is getting a know, little slow. So we'll cover that in the next video. So this is what we have covered until today. Not a lot, of course, I know. But by the next video, by the next live, by the next stream, can I call it? We'll complete it. We'll complete this paper. We'll see what it has. We'll write down everything, and I will write all the research paper just before you. Before you, I'll write it all. So thanks for watching. I'll I'll try to post these papers too on the description of this video. So yeah, thank you, really, thank you for watching. If you are watching, I don't think anyone will watch it until this part. To be honest, it is quite boring, right? So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.